Hey there guys, Justin back here again. As promised, I'm going to be trying to stick to my daily content update on Earth 2. So, a few things have happened, little bits and pieces. My island, SULANI Island City, has had a few people buy up on it, which I'm really happy about. Have some plans of my own there, and I'll definitely get to that. I'm going to link that all below, and please like and subscribe to this channel and leave your code below, and I will try my best to get through to it and use it on my next land purchases. But anyway, there's a topic on my mind here. A lot of people are saying go buy on Antarctica, and then also on the Eye of Sahara, and I think tons of people knew about the Eye of Sahara. It's probably had the most hype, I believe. It's just like a massive land scale, and heaps of people have just referred me to go and buy on there. And but I think as of recently, Antarctica has been probably one of the more solid pieces I would actually recommend to go. But I've done a bit of like a pros and cons list. I got it in front of me. It's not much, but it's just what's on my mind. And going off first looks, Antarctica is probably looking a lot more beneficial to me, but I could be wrong, and I love to be proven wrong. And here we go. So I guess the first thing I noticed is that Antarctica hasn't had that much hype around it. At least people haven't tried to talk about it as much, maybe because they want to buy the plots of land before it gets so much hype, and get it cheap, and then have people buy on top of it and get all the land class ones, But there's about 247,000 tiles bought as of now when I've checked it, and the Eye of Sahara, which has been going for quite a while in terms of the public eye and everyone's seen it, going there, buying on it, it's got 271,000. So in terms of catching up, Antarctica has definitely done that. It's obviously just a little bit cheaper still based on tiles bought, so it's at $1.50 for the Eye of Sahara. Antarctica is $1.20, or just under it actually. I'm sure it'll change by a cent or two just after I finish making this. So at the moment, I think honestly investing in both of them is worth it. Not an expensive bits of land still. Like, depends on how much you can actually invest and how many tiles you can get for that per $1.50 or $1.20. But my bet is honestly going to Antarctica. Some things I've noticed is that it's more structured. Seems like more structured mega cities, and roads have been built out. Again, I'm going to shout out the real Randy Sanchez. So second time shouted out. But I initially went there because of his mega city, because I follow his content, and it's got a great line of infrastructure. And then there's not just his, but a bunch of other people coming around his that I believe he might be teaming up with, I think, and creating a really giant mega city. So it could be something really incredible. I've already bought up plots of land around on his main road that he's made. It's huge, and then on other people's as well. So in terms of infrastructure, I think Antarctica takes it. But I think if you look at the amount of tiles you can buy compared to the Eye of Sahara, like, you could span out into the whole of Africa and you would have more tiles. But in terms of like the radius of that country, Mauritania, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the country in which you're buying land in from the Eye of Sahara, it's way less than Antarctica. I think Antarctica's got like, I don't know, it's got like 1.2 billion. I could be very wrong there, but it's over 1 billion. So it has the largest landmass of any continent. Just a little geography lesson there for you guys. But I think personally I've invested in both places because that's what I've done with everything in this game. I've had smaller lots of land, larger plots of land for sure, because the developers did say they're gonna have benefits for having smaller bits of land and larger bits. I honestly think having larger bits of land is definitely gonna benefit no matter what, more so than having little bits. But yeah, I've gotten small and little bits in both areas of the world. And something people have brought up is if there's any kind of, sorry, my cat here is having a bit of a whine to me. Anyway, yeah, so going ahead with it, I would personally recommend, if you have a limited amount of money to spend, go to Antarctica, buy up. I'm actually going to link some of the mega cities below in this here, and in this description. You guys can go straight to it, link it up, and I think that would be your best buy. If you have enough money, buy in both places, because I think both are going to be juggernauts in Earth 2. But yeah, and I would say something that appeals to me is that, you know, in real world, no one's really lived in Antarctica, except if you're doing like research in a lab or some sort and you're drilling ice, you're a scientist. So no one has really seen Antarctica in real life, as like people have, but not as many people in the world have done that as they have seen the Sahara itself. Maybe not the eye of the Sahara, but you've seen sand in a desert before. Most people have traveled and had a bit of a trip to do so. And I think it'll be a different experience, based on the graphics, of course, how good they are, but I'm sure they're going to be incredible, from what Wolfgang has done in the past, and Nathaniel. So yeah, that's my take on that, and I hope this is insightful for everyone. And again, I'd love to be proven wrong if I'm wrong about the infrastructure and the Eye of Sahara. You know, if there's, you know, pros that I've missed, I honestly, I didn't give much to the Eye of Sahara. I'm probably biased, to say the least, but yeah, I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts on this, and any questions you guys have, let me know. I'm also going to link my SULANI island city below here, along with the Antarctica and Eye of Sahara places that you guys can check out. And I have just a couple of questions from last time. One was a private message, one was just a little comment. And this is funny, it's kind of, the Digital Dystopian asked me, will Earth 2 become a dystopian nightmare? And I guess, you know, that depends on how people act and what they want to do. If they want to start mini wars and steal, or, you know what I mean, pickpocket people, I don't know. I think it all depends on how. I think it's going to be a pretty peaceful world, and then there's going to, like the developers said, there's going to be peaceful worlds and warring worlds. So, you know, you could start a war with somebody, potentially a whole city against another whole city of some part of Earth 2, which would be absolutely wild. But I don't think it'll go to a dystopian type life. So that's my thought on that. I'd love to hear everyone else's answers about, do you think it would become a dystopian type of world, or both, or, you know. And this is a pretty common question, I think, for everyone that's buying land, but, you know, what will I build? And one of my ideas I thought would always be so cool is if I had even just a small partial bit of land built from one part of my island to the other. I would love to create like an escape scenario, like an intense hyper real one, where you might, like, I don't know what the capabilities would be on this game when it launches, but I would love to have like a tsunami coming through and you're on a bike and you're just gunning it, dodging things out of your way, trying to escape the wave and get to the other side of the island to safety. And it's just like, you know, from point A to point B, go whichever road you think is quickest, dodge everything that's in your way before you get caught by the wave, something crazy like that. Or even something like zombies, you know, get from one side to the other side. And yeah, I think that would be wicked cool. Give me any ideas you think I should build, or when phase 2 launches, and any kind of game scenarios or anything at all. I'd love to hear them. Again, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Leave your code down below. Happy to try and use it when I buy land. I've already used a couple people's codes from last video yesterday. I bought something over in, just looking at my stuff here, I bought a little bit more on my own island, just to build some infrastructure, but then I also bought something over in a Pokemon city, which I can link it again below. It's actually very cool. It's made up into like Pokeball styled cities and roads, and it actually looks pretty well done. So I'll link everything below. Can't wait to hear back. Any other questions you guys have, happy to answer. Anyway, peace out and thank you. Hey guys, just before I forget, down below I'm going to link a website called earth2forum.com. They're actually a really great piece. I've just been talking to the fella that runs it, and I've been checking out the site. Going to have a chat with him really soon about some other stuff and collaborate, but they're looking to have some of the most popular city leaders and communities on there, and they're going to have a section dedicated to every city leader, mega city, community that's going to be made, and they've also got an international forum for anyone that is non-English speaking. So obviously the main language will be English, but there will be everyone else that doesn't speak English will be able to completely understand everything that's going on in these communities of the city. It's going to be very well interpreted, so everyone can join and get along really swell. Yeah, so I'm going to link that below. Don't forget to check it out, and follow everything that happens through the thread. All right, cheers.